And we are live. What's going on, LBHT crew? Man, listen, if you're here for the Panthers or the Ravens, um, pretty ugly on both sides. Ravens did get the win though. If you're just looking at the box score, it looked like we won comfortably. It wasn't anything comfortable about that game. The Panthers, it looked like for a minute that they were, they had something going, and then it just all fell apart. So, we're going to discuss that. But the Ravens get the win, 25-9. Panthers get their L, 24-10. Shout out to everybody that's here early. Danity, that's not nice. He says sayonara, JK.
Wow. Not you, Danity.
Wow. What did JK do to you? I'm gonna discuss that because I think that's a bigger loss than people want to give it credit for. Because I think he's one of the players with playmaking ability on this team. I don't think any other running backs are like that. You got Justice that kind of shows that from time to time, but he's never actually made a huge play, right? I just think that's a loss. Alaska man, yeah, too many injuries. We're going to discuss that. JK went down. I feel bad for him, man. Worked his way back, trying to get paid, and this is why players fight to get their money, because nothing's guaranteed. And if he's out for the whole year, then he's going to be out on the street after this year, and who knows what happens after that. The way they treat running backs these days, nothing's guaranteed for him. So that I feel terrible for him and for the team, because like I said, that's a talent that we lost, and the way we look today, we could use it. All right. Darius DB Bowser, what's going on? Says, I can't believe how bad our offensive line is. They look bad. They were also hurt. All right. Linderbaum got hurt. Ronnie Stanley got hurt. It didn't look serious. I saw Ronnie Stanley standing on the sideline, so I'm hoping it's not that serious. Who else is in here? Big Reg is in the house. What's going on? Says, what's good, everybody? Jay, Panthers fan, says, lick the wounds and keep moving. Chemistry will develop and turnovers will minimize. I agree with you, Jay. But B's going to give his thoughts on that, being the resident Panthers fan on the panel here. Yolanda B, what's going on? Salute, Yolanda. She says she does feel bad, Danity. Okay.
Yeah, it sounds like you feel bad.
Right.
It sounded like you was happy about it.
The one says we need the ops Moses out of here. We'll talk about that too. DDSQ, what's going on? Says, what's good, y'all? Good win for the Ravens. Baker messing up the plan. Why did we win today? We trying to get Caleb. Hoping for 1-16. DDSQ is a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan. I felt for you, man. Like, I thought everything was going fine until Baker just decided, I gotta mess things up. I'm Baker. Okay. Marcus Williams too, Yolanda. I see that. Yeah, Marcus Williams too. NDT Sports says Zay Flowers is AB 2.0 and Lamar Jackson a little rusty and offensive line trash. Hey, strong opinions for week one. All right. We'll talk about that. Let's start with the Panthers, because B is not happy with the Panthers. But let's talk a little Panthers. All right. I don't want to say get out the way, but I mean, you're hurting right now. I want you to just kind of work through it. Bryce Young in his debut as QB1 for the Panthers had some ups and downs. More downs than ups.
Yeah, that went about as poorly as it could have gone, I think.
Yeah.
I'll say this for Bryce, he doesn't have a problem throwing the ball away. He showed that often today. He was 20 for 38. He had 146 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Which, I mean, I'm not bothered by that. I think that the main thing to take away from this game, the O-line played a little better than we were kind of expecting based off of their preseason performances. But the wide receivers are the major concern coming out of week one, because the offense right now just looks like it doesn't have any real threats on it. Adam Thielen didn't get much of anything from him. Obviously DJ Chark was out, but that's kind of DJ Chark's thing. I was very, very unhappy with their first drive. With it was going well. They got deep into Falcons territory, 3rd and short. You take out Miles Sanders and hand the ball to Laviska Shenault, who's not a running back and not really anything, and doesn't get the first. And then you turn around on 4th and short and hand it to Chuba Hubbard, who's not a short yardage back, and you get stuffed there as well. So you come away with 0 points. I think it was a rough day all the way around. And then J.C. Horn also got hurt. Let's see how serious that is. The front looked good. And by the front, I mean Brian Burns and Derek Brown. So that was nice.
Yeah. One of the guys that you don't want to pay.
Bijan made them look foolish a couple times. Tyler Algier had one of the better days of his young career. They let Desmond Ridder go deep on him. There wasn't a whole lot to be happy about from that game, and they have to get it turned around quickly because they have a very rough schedule over the next 5 weeks. So,
yeah, Bijan Robinson looked good though.
He did. He looked very good.
Also, shout out to former Ravens Hayden Hurst getting that touchdown for you, huh?
Yeah. Shout out to that guy who did absolutely nothing after that.
Look,
he had 5 catches.
He can't do it all himself. You're so right about DJ Chark, though, man.
Could he do something himself though?
Yo, you're so right about DJ Chark. Like, he's just look. I'm just here for a check. I'm not here to play.
Well, okay, all right. Calm down on that. He was hurt. There is somebody who said, "I'm just here for a check," and he wasn't playing in Carolina. He didn't finish the game up in Cincinnati, I believe. He got his check, and for them $219 million guaranteed dollars, he gave them about 82 yards today.
Joe Burr, he said, "Sorry guys, I'm still counting my money back there." What was the play? I'm sorry. What was the play?
He played like he counted it, and some of it came up missing. That's what he was playing like.
Yeah, you're light about 20, big dog. Shaheen, what's going on, man? Thanks for coming through.
What's up, Shaheen?
Yes. Alex Rita says, and Hurst threw Bryce's first TD ball.
He sure did. Stands. What a clown!
Oh, he did.
What
a clown. No. Oh no.
And it is now official. John Harbaugh said J.K. Dobbins tore his Achilles, so he is done.
Damn, man. Damn. Like, I was hoping that he'd be okay because he got up and he kind of like gingerly jogged to the sideline. And I was like, all right, he just needs a breather. But then when I saw him a few plays later just being held to the locker room, I was like, oh man. It's terrible all around. Mm-hmm. It's terrible all around because, like I said, he was an asset to this offense. I don't downplay what he could have done for us. That sucks.
Check out Danity showing more concern for Bryce Young's touchdown ball than she did for J.K. Dobbins' career.
That's terrible.
Oh man. Yeah, MJ, what's going on, man? Thanks for coming through. Yeah, I feel bad for him too. Zeke, what's going on? Yes.
What's up, Zeke?
So who do the Panthers have next, B?
Next week is the Saints. Next week's a must-win game for them already because everybody else in the division won miraculously. I kept hearing it's a terrible division. Okay, that's what I kept hearing. That's what I was hearing all off season. But we got to win over a playoff team. From Tampa Bay, beating Minnesota. Got to win over the Tennessee Titans. I don't know what that means, but they got to win. So,
I don't want to say it's must win, but you do not want to go down 0-2 in your division to start out the season.
It's definitely must win because the rest of their first 6 games only get harder.
I mean, is it really? They can win the division at 7-10. I mean,
yeah, but you got to win games to get to 7-10.
And you can't lose to your own division.
And everybody finished 7. Everybody finished with 7 or 8 wins. So if they get tied, they have to have wins over the division rivals.
Look, losing on the road to your division rival isn't the worst thing in the world. Is this next game on the road?
Or is that I'm not sure of.
Because if you guys split, right, then you're fine. You got to win a couple extra.
They're at home.
At home. Okay, you got to win that one.
Ooh, Monday night.
Yeah, see, so they're at home for New Orleans, then they're at Seattle, home for Minnesota, at Detroit, at Miami.
Okay.
That's their first 6 weeks going into the bye.
Okay. Jay says Tannehill's beyond cheeks. Did they lose today?
They sure did. Oh my God.
Last I checked, they were up. What was the score that game?
16-15.
Whoo.
You know what's crazy? The Saints had the ball with about a minute and a half, maybe a little bit more left in the game in Tennessee territory. 3rd down and 4. Haven't been able to run the ball all day. Hand the ball to Jamal Williams. Picks up the first down with ease. But one of Tennessee's corners came in with the we're not going to talk about Marcus Peters. It's the peanut punch. Knocked the ball out. Forced the fumble. That ball hit the ground and bounced right back to Jamal Williams. That was it. Game over.
Oh man. All right. NDT Sports, what's going on? Says this crazy Twitter blaming Lamar Jackson, saying he's trash, doesn't deserve his money. Listen, I don't know why you guys get caught up in troll talk.
That's wild, considering they won the game and what Joe Burrow did.
That's what. Look, you're always going to get those detractors, right? It doesn't matter what he does. You're going to get some people that talk trash. That's just how Twitter works. Don't worry about those nothing accounts, right? Mm-hmm. With no avatar, no nothing, right? They just talking. They're trying to get a reaction out of you, right? But if you start seeing the shots from mainstream media, because those are the ones we pay attention to a little bit more because they have influence, right? They help sway opinion a little bit. But to B's point, thanks to Joe Burrow, they'll be pretty quiet this week because Joe Burrow just became the highest paid player in NFL history. Joe Burrow, right? You had Jamar Chase, doing a little smack talk this week, about the Browns. Jamar obviously didn't do much either because it was only 80 yards to be given out to everybody.
He had a cool quarter of their passing offense.
Yeah. They got smoked.
T. Higgins had none. T. Higgins had no yards.
But listen. I mean, if I'm Carolina, honestly, I'm on that phone right now to Cincinnati asking what it's going to take for T. Higgins because they have to get something done at wide receiver. They have to.
It's an arms race right now. You got T. Higgins who hasn't gotten a deal done. It looks like they're going to let him go. Just you just look at the numbers, right? And obviously, Mike Evans isn't going back to Tampa Bay. So those are two players out there that can drastically help any team. So you have the Chiefs that we talked about Thursday night. Everybody's making fun of the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are going to get. I think they're going to get Mike Evans.
What if they get T. Higgins?
That'd be much worse.
That'd be just as bad. So you don't want them to get either one, but there's one available for the Panthers. The Panthers need this. And this is something that's been discussed in Panther circles for weeks now. You got to get another weapon. You have to. All right. I think Bryce can go out there and have a very good rookie year, but he can't do it with Hayden Hurst as his number one target. Right. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm always happy to see him get a touchdown, but that ain't good enough. Jonathan Mingo, I feel like, can step up and be the number one wide receiver, but he clearly isn't ready yet. Get somebody who's ready.
You know who is ready? DJ Moore.
Yeah. Don't mind me. Yeah.
So Agent E says 169 passing yards is unacceptable. Listen, you're gonna have some ugly games. But if you get it in a win, we work on it. 80 yards and you get your brakes beaten off of you, that's unacceptable.
Well, the thing is, I don't want to hear anything about the offense from Ravens fans. Y'all were the ones who you were fine and happy with them not playing at all in the preseason. What did you think was going to happen? This is what we told you. You have to play. I mean, it's a new offense as a bunch of new players. Of course, they were going to look rusty. They're not on the same page yet.
So okay, let's talk about it. So Harbaugh said that coming out the second half that it was due to no activity during preseason, right? So he recognized that. I think they all understood that. But this goes back to B's point how Harbaugh never gets his teams ready. I think they looked at the schedule and they said, all right, let's get through preseason healthy, and we'll use game 1 as our preseason because it's the Texans. Mm-hmm. Now, it didn't come back to bite us this time because, yes, rookie quarterback, rookie head coach.
Yep.
You know, I think they played well. Defense played excellent. They just, you know, we have an excellent defense as well, you know, but we made a lot of mistakes out there. And it showed, it really showed in the first half. But the second half, made some adjustments. We looked better. We didn't look great, but we looked a lot better. And they were able to pull out that win. But yeah, man, this is what the off season is for. You got to get together. Which comment you looking at?
Listen,
I'm looking at McCorkle being in midseason form, throwing a pick 6 to Darius already.
Pick 6. Listen, a great man once said, "Let's hold off on Todd Monken. He hasn't done anything yet." I think that might have been Jose.
Yes.
I think it might have been Jose.
Yes.
And as bad as the offense looked, he didn't help them out one bit. His play calling was terrible. How do you have two consecutive passes that lose 9 yards?
I got some G-road chills down my spine when I saw that second screen pass go for -5 yards on a 3rd down play, and I'm like, we still can't do screen passes. Still,
right?
I mean, but those are the things I expect them to. I'm glad that they're doing them, but I expect them to improve on that. No blocking whatsoever. The blocking schemes, I don't think we picked up a single blitz. Every time they blitz, whoever blitzed was getting through. Yeah,
Jalen Petrie hit us so much he hurt his chest and was out for the game. That's how much that man hit us. He hit them all that last play, like, oh yeah, I'm too free.
Oh man, no, his chest was hurting because he was sucking in too much wind. He wasn't expecting. he wasn't expecting it to be so open.
Right.
He's like, sorry, that air just hit my chest too fast. I'm sorry about that.
I think on one rush he looked back like, no, I ain't gonna touch me.
Oh man. Let's see. Eva Lamar says Thielen's washed. Hey, this is something that Coach Evans has been saying. You know.
Yeah, and look, it shows in his numbers. His numbers went off a cliff over the last couple of years, but I was hoping that he had something left. I think he still got the hands for whatever that's worth. Looking at the stats, it's not worth a whole lot, but we'll see moving forward. Was not encouraging.
Yeah. Hey, guess what, guys? There are 86 people in here. Hit that like button. Go ahead, take a second and hit that like button. If you are new, hit the subscribe button. All right, we cover Ravens and Panthers, and we cover all of NFL. Do some little bit of MMA. I gotta say MMA now because UFC is slowly sliding off. Okay, combat sports. We do a little MMA, boxing, and whatnot. Combat sports. All right, and if you are a UFC fan, you saw Israel Adesanya took an L last night. Very dry performance. Looked a lot like the Ravens offense. We'll discuss more of that on our Wednesday show. We do a live show every Wednesday night at 7:15 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, the LBHT show. So make sure you're subscribed and tune in. Let's see here. Elway J says, is Monken qualified to actually run a high-powered NFL offense? We're going to find out.
He is. Like he's run good offenses before in the NFL. It was week 1. You didn't play at all in the preseason. Give it a little time.
Yeah.
It's not panic button time in Baltimore. Like you looked bad and won by 16. Carolina looked bad and lost by 14 to a bad team. That's when you panic.
I agree. That's why we can laugh at this performance today, because we still ended up with the win. All right. It wasn't all bad. Defense looked pretty good. I mean, they had their times where, you're getting these poorly timed penalties. I thought the secondary kind of just left wide receivers open a little bit too much, but they didn't give up. They didn't give up the touchdowns, right? So I can live with that. I can live with those. Man, you gave up 16 yards on 3rd and 16. right? I don't like those. I don't see those plays. But at the end of the day, you keep them out the end zone. I'm cool with that. You know, they got a strip sack by Ojabo. Huh, Hendo? Ojabo got a strip sack. How you feel about that?
Jose.
And three QB hits from Owe.
Listen, Jose.
Yeah.
Don't listen.
Eagles scored again.
I'm happy he did. Devontae Smith. I'm so happy for Ojabo, but I'm not celebrating the sack that came on a dude that was in for his first play after replacing somebody else.
Why not?
Why?
The O&O Express don't care who's on the tracks. They run it over. Goodness. Man, I'm seeing a whole lot of smoke for Tom Monken in the chat, and I'm like, where was this for Greg Roman the last 4 years?
How about that?
Yeah.
Because once again, Lamar led the team in rushing. Once again,
at least there weren't any design runs though. I will say that.
Top G says, bro, y'all got Bryce Young in the thumbnail. Epic fail. I'll tell you what's an epic fail. You naming yourself after a sex offender. That's an epic fail. How about that? Wow. Yeah. You came to the wrong place to troll, Top G. Who else we got here? Burns and DB look great, and CJ let another grown man toss him to the wayside and catch on him.
I don't know why you're shaking your head at that, Jay. Like, what did you expect to happen in that scenario?
Yeah. Panthers, they didn't look good. But look, listen. Week 1 at a 17 game season, you can't overreact one way or another. If the Ravens look great, if they were hitting on all cylinders and they were lighting up the scoreboard, obviously we feel good about it. But it's still week 1, right? Mm-hmm. You have to kind of just take it week to week and understand that teams make adjustments, right? Our team, the opponent's team, if we're playing hot early on, other teams are going to scout that. They're going to make adjustments to what you're doing, and they're going to see what kind of adjustments you can make, right? And, you know, hopefully you're looking great at the end of the year still. You made those adjustments, but there's going to be a struggle at some point in the season. I think this is why I looked at the Kansas City Chiefs game and said it's not a big deal. They always kind of just slow down at the beginning part of the season and ramp up towards the end, right? Whereas you had the Bills last year. The Bills last year, I think they played the Rams on Thursday night, and they blew them out the water. I was like, man, the Bills, they look unstoppable.
The first couple weeks, looked amazing.
Yeah, and then they cooled off.
All of a sudden.
Yeah, I'm not saying we got to go out there and look like this every week. I'm just saying, you know, as long as they're improving, you know, and this was their preseason game for sure.
Yeah, because just like last year with Cincinnati started 0-2 and looked horrible. Made it all the way to the AFC Championship game. So it's 1 week. I know everybody's dejected and it's just not the happy place because we saw what this offense could be during the preseason. And, of course, they were playing against backups and guys not still in the league. I think people wanted more, but we did win a game. But it just doesn't, for some reason, it doesn't feel like it. Because I think we expected this high-powered offense to come out and just put points on the board and just look amazing, and it didn't happen.
I don't know why you expected that.
I didn't expect it, but some people did.
Yeah. Let's see. What else we
got here? No, Jay, you can't bring up CJ's testicles and then say pause. All right, that's not how that works. I'm not sure why you're questioning his manhood. Anyway, he's just bad at football.
Yeah. Michael Brown says an ugly 16-point win. I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take it, especially it was reversal of fortune over here in the AFC North because the Steelers. It should around. Kenny Pickett looks awful. Kenny Pickett looks awful. The Steelers got crushed.
They did get crushed.
They got crushed, and you know somebody had to win out of the Bengals in Browns game, but the Bengals got crushed. That helps us out a lot because I'm not believing in the Browns yet. You know, they are a team. They on paper they could. I guess we shouldn't be surprised that they did this. On paper, they have what it takes to play at a high level. You just never seen them do it. Right.
Deshaun Watson really did forget how to play quarterback, man.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Yeah. But again, let's see how he plays, how he progresses throughout the season.
Mm-hmm.
Lamar, not a good day. I put everything on him. All his turnovers were his fault.
Mm-hmm.
The interception was a bad throw. I don't know what you're doing. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you forcing it there? You don't need to force it. The fumble, his fault.
Just being careless.
Fumbles.
Well, he lost.
The first one. The first one I was thinking of when he was just waving the ball around.
Even that one, people put that one on Justice Hill. No, Justice Hill is where he needs to be. Pay attention to what you're doing, Lamar. Right? So yeah, not a good day. But like I said, you can, when your defense is holding it down, and you have opportunities, and you finally punch it in on the ground. You can have an ugly day and keep on, just focus on next week. Who do we have next week?
Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Then Cleveland.
Oh, okay. Well, Cleveland.
No, I'm sorry. Indianapolis, then Cleveland.
Cincinnati, Indianapolis, and then Cleveland?
Yep.
Okay. Hey, shout out to Indianapolis. Anthony Richardson. They won, right?
No, they lost.
Oh, they lost?
Like 31-21, I believe it was.
Well, shout out to Jacksonville. But no, Anthony Richardson had a decent day for his first day. They were competitive, but Jacksonville's going to be a tough team this year.
Calvin Ridley.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Guys, we could have had Calvin Ridley. It wouldn't have cost us anything. We could have just drafted him instead of Hayden Hurst. A simple, better decision. And we could have done that.
We could have traded that 4th-round pick for him.
We could have traded that 4th-round pick for him. So, and that is now EDC. That was Ozzy's fault. Ozzy made that awful pick of Hayden Hurst.
Yep, I sure did.
So, yeah. 100 people in here. Hit that like button. Oh, football is back, guys. Football is back. Look at everybody in here. They are so eager to discuss. They're so eager to discuss some football. Yes. We got the win, so we can start there. All right, that's fine. We'll take that. Let's talk about the injuries, because the injuries
very unfortunate.
Very unfortunate. Marcus Williams, how bad is it? I don't know. He didn't come back in the game. We got to monitor that. Marcus Williams missed a good chunk of time last season, right? Mm-hmm. You had Kyle Hamilton got hurt early on too, but he came back and finished the game. You had obviously J.K. Dobbins, who it just got confirmed that he tore his ACL. Not ACL, his Achilles. He tore his Achilles. That's tough. And Ryan Stanley went out the game later on. Tyler Linderbaum got hurt. I think that they're both going to be okay. I saw Ronnie Stanley standing on the sidelines afterwards. I don't think it was serious. I think Linderbaum, I'm not sure if he came back in the game, but he looked like he was okay.
He did.
He jogged off to the sideline. So those are two guys that if they miss any time, it's going to get real dark. It's going to be some dark days. We need them healthy. All right. Even healthy, the O-line just wasn't in sync. And I don't even think that the blocking was terrible per se. I just looked like their assignments, they didn't know what to pick up, right?
Like Ronnie Stanley looked bad. Ronnie Stanley looked bad by himself. Listen, that dude beat him like a drum.
We'll have to get coaching here. Look at the tape. I didn't think he looked that bad. I think Lamar held onto the ball a little bit longer in some of those plays, right? I think Ronnie had the block, and Lamar is still holding onto the ball, and he's uncertain where to go with it. And you can't hold your block forever.
No, that dude beat Ronnie off the line like 4 different times.
Okay, I have to go back and look. You might be right. I have to go back and look. Bad day for the O-line. Bad day for Todd Monken. Okay, I know people are going to give Todd Monken his props because we saw something different out there. No, his play calling wasn't great. That's all right. Again, this is preseason for them. I think they're trying out different things, and I think that they understood that the game could go this way, but it's fine. We just want to see what works and what doesn't work moving forward. Mm-hmm. All right. Playing the Bengals next week, I think you see us tighten things up because we don't want to lose to the Bengals. All right.
Is it possible to lose to the Bengals the way they played?
I
mean, who is the new starting quarterback in Cincinnati?
I do not think the Bengals will have another game like that all year.
No,
okay,
I don't think so.
So you got to show up to play. We got to show up to play.
So Harbaugh says that Linderbaum, Marcus Williams, and Ronnie Stanley are all getting MRIs.
Damn. I thought you were gonna say that they're all fine.
Right.
That's where I thought that sentence was going to, but it didn't.
Damn. The first
probably want Marcus Williams out there the week after Cincinnati looked like that, and you're going to be playing Chase and Higgins and Boyd.
So what was wrong? What again? MRIs on? Are they all lower leg injuries?
I thought Marcus Williams was his shoulder. No,
shoulder, his wrist.
I don't know.
Listen, you got to play. You got to play with the. I don't care if it's an upper body injury. He's gonna have to go out there and play. I mean,
yeah, your legs work and you can knock the passes down with your head.
Yes.
Could Marlo be back next week?
No, I don't think so. I thought he was gonna miss a few weeks.
Hey, anything's possible, Endo. When you believe, right?
You're right.
I don't think so, though. Very interesting that Rocky Sin was not a starting corner for you.
Yeah.
Did he play?
Yeah. Not a whole lot from what I gather. It was Brandon Stevens and Ronald Darby as the starting corners, but maybe again that was part of their hey, let's see what sticks because it's CJ Stroud and the Texans.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Dandy said, I read a tweet that said, did they fire Sanders and clean house, or did they just hire from within? That's a lot of injuries.
At least you're getting hurt in games now.
Maybe, listen, guys, maybe it's bad luck. But every year this happens. What is going on? Every year. Right? And because it happened in the game, they'll say, "Oh, it's just bad luck." Nah, man, something's going on here.
Yeah, maybe it's bad luck, or maybe you're cursed and you need to get your life right.
Yeah,
the Chargers have been cursed for the last 3 decades.
True.
Some people have bad luck, but I don't want that bad luck on my team. Sorry. Okay.
I mean, we didn't have bad luck in 2019. We were relatively healthy.
Yeah, we just didn't have anybody.
That was a different kind of bad luck. You guys are playoffs.
Think about it, right? Think about it. I see how you're tempted to not want to play your starters in preseason. You want to preserve them, right? But then they don't do enough in practice. They don't get any reps in preseason, and that first game they got to go out there and go 100%, and these injuries happen. 2019, everybody's practicing. Who do we have that we're trying to preserve? Right? They're all rookies, and people off the street, and you know what I'm saying, like, and Lamar in the second year, who they didn't know they weren't quite sure what they had them yet. So everybody was out there preseason. B&B went to that game where he leaped over that Green Bay defender into the end zone.
And I just want to point out that was also the same game where we both said, man, Justice Hill is something. He's got something.
We did.
And you know what? It's finally coming home.
It's finally happening. It's finally happening.
I we hate to see JK get hurt. You don't want to see anybody getting injured, but Justice Hill season.
Look, I like Justice Hill. I think he shows little flashes. Can he do it consistently? That's the problem. That's the problem I have.
Hey, but you know what? That's the exact same question you have about J.K. Dobbins. So
can he stay on the field? Can he stay on the field?
Well, no. You also have to ask yourself, can he consistently be a number one back? He's never had more than 17 carries.
Can he be a dependable back?
Well, he's not going to be anything for us anymore. So that we don't think
I know. I understand. I'm just talking about before, but
I feel terrible for that. Yeah. Keaton Mitchell is up though. Keaton Mitchell,
he'll be up in a few weeks.
3 weeks. He can come back week 5.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'm begging you, Ravens fans. I'm begging you, Ravens fans, and now it sounds like Jose included. Do not pin your hopes on the 98-pound Keaton Mitchell. I know he looked super fast against all those dudes who got cut a couple weeks ago. Please do not pin your hopes on Keaton Mitchell.
Look, I don't think he's going to be any 1,500-yard rusher, but I think he's going to be pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Third down back, spot duty.
Yeah.
The new Justice Hill.
Hey, if that means Justice Hill will be the new JK, I'll take it.
No, he's going to be the new Mark Ingram.
Mark Ingram, I'll take that too.
The only successful running back that the Ravens have had in the last decade.
Damn, that hurts.
Well, not decade, but since Lamar's been there.
Yeah, Callie. Melvin Gordon is probably going to he's going to be activated next week.
Yeah, that's what you don't want.
You can activate him. I just don't want him getting any touches.
They gotta give him
fair. Yeah,
you don't have to give him touches.
No, you know what? You know what? How about you don't activate him and you bring up Vokalek? Y'all love him, right? He was going to be the savior, wasn't he? Just toss him in there.
So we didn't even talk about Mark Andrews not playing. That's another person hurt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Odell was hurt because I didn't see him get a catch until
Odell
the fourth quarter.
He was doing all the little things,
getting them pass interferences.
He was getting pass interferences.
He got that block that they got that touchdown run for you.
Yeah,
he did.
He was playing his heart out. Okay, he was showing you that it's not about the numbers, despite what John Harbaugh thinks about wide receivers.
Now, the bright spot that we haven't really discussed yet, and he's in the thumbnail too, is Zay Flowers.
Yeah, y'all gave Zay Flowers all the work.
He got all the work. He gave all the work. He looked amazing out there. And again, game one and the sloppy offense.
Because it's like Zay Flowers. Because sometimes he catches the ball and he looks like when you're playing a video game and you hand the controller to a 4-year-old and they just hit all the buttons at once. Like why are you juking and doing a spin move at the same time, bro? Pick one or just run.
He's doing it all.
He looked great.
He looked really good.
Did.
He looked good. Bateman looked good. He didn't get that many targets, but he made some good catches with what he was working with out there. I just need to see. There are some things in the offense that I liked. Obviously, there's a lot of things I didn't like, but there's some things I can see that we can build off of. I like that we are trying to spread the ball out. I like that we're doing more screen passes. I didn't care for the reverses too much, the jet sweeps. Not the reverse, the jet sweeps. But okay, they're trying out different things. I'm cool with that. But this is why you needed to do this stuff in the preseason to see what works, what didn't work. They spread the wide receivers out. You can see wide receivers running into each other, like that. So there's some things that I could take away from this and say, okay, we can build off of that. But this offense still needs a lot of work, and those blocking schemes gotta clean it up. Well, the big thing I need to see is faster releases, because all those passing plays seem to be slow developing, which is what drew the sacks, right? Every blitz was on a play where there are no quick routes, right? There are no short routes. So that needs to be fixed.
You know what else needs to be fixed? Something that I noticed, it didn't happen as often, but there were times when Lamar got up to the line with like 6 seconds left.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we were supposed to be done with that, with Roman gone.
Well, I expect that.
Maybe that starts at the top.
I expect that in the first week.
You would have been done with that had you practiced your offense in the offseason like everybody else.
Yeah.
But you didn't. So.
Oh, look who's here.
Here's what it is.
The Wonderkin. What is going on? I thought you ghosted us for a minute there. Yes, no, the Titans got no work. Listen, when you're dropping passes, clean passes, try Kolar. You're not going, and your main tight end is out, Mark Andrews. I can see why they go away from that. Huh?
Isaiah likely played.
Yeah, penalty.
I think here's why I think Isaiah likely is. I think he's talented. He does some things that make them say, "Oh yeah, he could be our guy." And then when they get out there and they kind of see him moving around a little bit, they're like, "Nah, never mind. Just pull him out." Right?
So he's Ed Dixon.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Ed Dixon made a lot of big time plays in his career, my friend. A lot
After
of big
leaving the
time
Ravens.
plays.
After leaving.
It ain't Ed Dixon's fault. Y'all don't know what you're doing.
You're saying that because he was a Panther. He was on that Super Bowl team too, wasn't he?
I'm saying that because he made a lot of big time plays in his career. Okay.
Was he on that Super Bowl team?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. He didn't make any big plays in that when he needed them. Just,
He had a big catch for us in the Super Bowl, so yeah.
He did.
Yeah, just one.
100 people in here. Hit that like button. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. All right, we do a weekly show every Wednesday night at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time, the LBHT show, where we discuss Ravens, Panthers, combat sports, NBA. This is NBA news, all that good stuff. All right, so check it out. It's a fun time. Also, if you want to support the show, right over there in the corner, $ LBHT show. That's the Cash App. Also, that pin link in the chat box will take you to our Stream Elements page. Both ways. Leave your donation, leave your comment, and the animation will show up. You'll get animation over here. I got a different background, but it's working. In fact, let me test it out, make sure it is working. Because there it is. Matt McCarthy subscribed. I think he subscribed on Thursday. I appreciate the sub. So yes, thank you. Shout out. All right, but you'll get those animations. That's how we do our super chats over here. Also, patreon.com/LBHTShow. Right, that's how you can support us. Join our membership. That'll give you access to our overtime show, which happens right after the LBHT show every Wednesday night. All right, lots of fun. We also have a Discord. We got all kinds of stuff. Okay, we got a little crew coin here. Right, you can get one of these. We signing up for a $10 tier. We also got a $20 tier and $60 tier. We'll break those down a little bit later, but go and check it out and support the show. My friend Antonio is here. What's going on? I've known Antonio since high school. This is a good friend of mine, man. Shout out to you. He says, play calling was poor. We have to continue to shake off the rust. Zay did well, and OBJ had a sighting. Yeah, overall a good win, except for all the injuries. Yeah, I agree. Look, if you can win ugly, you take it and you move on. You just say, hey, we got to improve on this. But when you look ugly and you're the Bengals, there's a lot of doubts there. I'm curious to see what went wrong in that game. Right? Is O-line still a problem for them? I know they invested a lot in their O-line.
I mean, they have Orlando Brown Jr. as their left tackle. You tell me.
I think he's solid.
Tackle in the league.
I think Orlando Brown's a solid tackle.
Well, Lyle Collins is still hurt from last year. I don't know about Alex Kappa and Ted Karras. I don't know if they're still injured or if they came back, but yeah, they've been having problems for a couple seasons now.
The Browns got 2 sacks, 10 hits, 4 tackles for loss. So I would say that O-line is still somewhat of an issue, but Joe Burrow went 14 for 31. So
yeah, he just looked bad. What's going on, King 95 in the house? He says, how did Bryce look, B?
Bryce looked okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a rookie. Jesse Bates got him twice, but Jesse Bates was one of the better safeties in the league.
Yeah.
With the second one, he stared right at Jesse. So he said, "I dare you to catch this one."
The first one was just a good pick.
But and Bryce doesn't have the strongest arm, so Jesse was like, "Bet." But outside of that, he looked fine. I think he, for the most part, made good decisions. I mentioned he doesn't have a problem throwing the ball away at all. He don't like when he's seeing that ball, that rainbow's going out of bounds immediately. He showed that he can move in the pocket. He can make the throws. He doesn't have, like I said, the strongest arm, but he can make the throws. He makes decent decisions. There's not a whole lot of help in the receiving core right now in Carolina. DJ Chark was out. Adam Thielen played hurt. Terrace Marshall is still hurt. Jonathan Mingo was a rookie playing in his first game. He had a couple catches, but there's just they need to upgrade the weapons in Carolina.
Absolutely, and that'll make a difference for them, right? If you're gonna have them out there, throwing the ball. How many attempts did he have?
He was 20 for 38.
38 passes. That's a lot
in his first game.
Yeah, that's a lot, and you don't have the pass catchers out there.
Well, I mean, to be fair, they had to throw at a certain point. They were down a couple touchdowns.
Yeah, no, I understand.
But
I'm not saying he shouldn't have, but just so your point.
Wasn't a great performance.
Yeah. Let's do a quick run through the scores in the NFL. You had the Saints winning 16-15. Sheesh, man. Who else won? You had the Bucks winning. So, like you said, everybody else in your division won. Yeah. Okay, the Bucks won 20-17 over the Vikings. Kirk Cousins, he's awful. He used to be a definition of average. He's awful. You have one of the best wide receivers, if not the best wide receiver in the league. You got a rookie in Jordan Addison who looked really good today. You just can't win.
Yeah, Justin Jefferson had 9 catches for 150 yards, no touchdowns. The problem is, Kirk had 344 yards, 33 for 44, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. You say good game, right? But then he also lost 2 fumbles, and they only put up 17 points.
Yeah.
And so we say all the time, it's not your job as the quarterback to have nice stats, but that is what Kirk Cousins is the king of. It's your job to move the ball and put points on the board. He doesn't do that.
He's always going to protect his stats. And I don't even think he tries to hide that. Next up, we have.
But you know what? To be fair, that's why over the last, I think it was 8 or 9 years, 99.5% of his money has been fully guaranteed. So there you
go. Next, you got the Washington Commanders getting their first win, 20-16 over the Arizona Cardinals.
They struggled. Sam Howell 19-31. Fumble return for interception.
Fumble return for and
touchdown.
Fumble return for touchdown. Yeah, fumble return for touchdown, interception, and he got a touchdown to Brian Robinson. He did not look good, but the Cardinals look more not good. And more importantly, now that the Commanders have won, we can start the narrative. Eric Bieniemy 1, Kansas City 0. Okay, right. Are they missing Eric Bieniemy right now?
To be fair to Sam, they did give up 6 sacks in that game, so maybe throw a few blocks his way. And
one of those sacks was that fumble, and he just held on to the ball too long instead of just throwing it away. Like, some of that was on him.
I'm not saying that none of it was on him, but it's not all on the quarterback. He gave up 6 sacks. It just isn't. True. Because he also got hit 6 times after he threw it. So
to King 95's point here, the Steelers, yes, they got crushed. Okay, they lost 30-7 to the 49ers. Look, the 49ers are a really good team, but damn, I thought the Steelers were going to be more competitive than that.
That was a pretty disappointing performance.
Listen, very disappointing performance. Let's see what we got here. Kenny Pickett. Where is Suge? 26-41, 171 yards. You threw the ball 41 times and got 171 yards.
That's actually pretty good. 2 picks. That's pretty good because he only had 47 yards at half.
Yeah, that's true. He
was horrible.
He turned it
around. There was a lot of that going around the league today.
Yes.
It ain't going on with Philly.
It's not going on with Philly.
Even as bad, I'll say even as bad as that game was, it's still one game and it's week 1. If you're going to have these type of games, week 1 is when you want to have them. Right. But
but in contrast, Tua Tagovailoa has 12 pass attempts and 158 yards, not even midway through the second quarter yet. So,
and it don't look at his
weapons. Look at his weapons though.
Yeah, what's the moral of that story? Don't sign Adam Thielen, I guess.
The Eagles are up 16-0 on the Patriots. That's going to continue to widen. Yeah. The Packers are up 7-6 on the Bears. We said Jaguars won 31-21 over the Colts. Bengals lost to the Browns 24-3. Is it 24-3? Ouch! He didn't get a touchdown. Sheesh. And the Raiders are up on the Broncos 10-6. Come on, Russ. I told everybody's going to cook this year.
Y'all saw what the Broncos did, right?
No.
Opening kickoff onside.
No, they didn't.
They sure did, and this is going to shock you, but they didn't get it. And they got a penalty for touching the ball too early, and the Raiders went right down the field and scored.
But Sean Tate must have talked about Nathaniel Hackett, huh?
Sure does.
He sure does. Man, you can't, man. Too early. It's like I was telling that one Ravens fan on Thursday night. It's too early to jump on the Chiefs, man. You can't do that. So we have to play our game first. That's first, right? Because what if we lost this game? Oh my God, right? And you gotta wait until at least mid-season, or at least 6 games in to really assess what kind of team they are. Because what if they win the next 8 games?
Listen, you better wait till the playoffs and they're not there.
Yeah.
Before you start talking about Kansas City.
I agree.
Because as far as I remember, there was a playoff game where one team was winning and there was 14 seconds left and they did not win that game.
Is it true?
Yeah. Yep. Seahawks 10, Rams 7. That's right, Jeremy. Thank you. So that is the score updates. I think I got everybody so far. Cowboys and Giants are tonight, and Bills and Jets are tomorrow. All right. So lots of football still left to watch. Make sure you guys watch it. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I think this is going to be a trend moving forward, where week 1 you're going to see a lot of ugly play because you're going to have starters. Even the players that played in preseason this year didn't play that much. They played like 1 game.
Yeah, because there used to be 4 preseason games, and they would play almost a full game, in that 3rd week. And now nobody really does it. They'll throw them out there for a quarter, maybe 2 quarters at most, and only a couple teams do that.
Yeah.
And I think the team, and they changed the off-season rules in terms of practices and things like that, and teams just aren't prepared at the start of the season.
Yeah. So I think you're going to see the sloppy play a little bit more common, and I think teams are going to be okay with that, right? Because it's an extra game. As long as it's not a division game, you'll take it one way or another.
Thanks for that qualifier.
Yeah, it's a bad loss for the Panthers. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world.
Right.
Honestly, I don't even think that's that bad of a loss. Yes, it's a division game. You don't want to lose a division game, but on the road, that's fine. That's fine. You guys can still split. You can win that home game.
It's not about the loss in of itself. It's about how they looked in the loss. And how they looked in the loss isn't something that's easily fixed.
Yeah, they need more talent.
But listen, Atlanta's stocked up on defense during the offseason, so it may not have all been Carolina playing bad. Give Atlanta some credit. Like, they signed some players and did some things. They just don't have the offense to go with it. But they put up 24 points.
Yeah. All right. We'll be a few more comments and we'll get up out of here. We're pushing up on an hour. All right. Jeremy says the Cardinals were actually winning at one point. Yeah, they were when they got that fumble return for a touchdown. Yeah, losing Dalvin Cook is going to be their downfall. You know what? I was going to say I don't agree, but when you have Kirk Cousins, you need every last ounce of talent, and even just a little bit of drop off in talent will derail him. I agree with you, Jeremy. This is going to hurt. This is going to hurt the Vikings.
Yeah, because Alexander Madison ain't it. He ain't it.
Well, I think he's good enough, but not if Kirk Cousins is your quarterback.
He's a backup running back, and I don't think Dalvin is going to be their downfall. I mean, they had Dalvin last year, and they got to the playoffs, and everybody looked at that game, and they was like, "Oh, the Giants got that."
I mean, yeah, that is true. Plus, they traded Tomlinson, they traded Zadarius. Like, they let go of a lot of talent this season and put everything on Kirk Cousins and think he was going to lead their team. I don't know why. They've seen him for the past 4 seasons. He just can't get it done.
Didn't Zadarius go to the Browns?
Yeah.
Zadarius went to the Browns.
Here's a positive for the Panthers fans. I'll throw this out there. Drake London played 90% of the Falcons snaps and did not catch a pass.
Cool.
I think
did Kyle Pitts play
on Desmond Ridder?
Yes, 4 catches, 45 yards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
because he's on 2 of my fantasy teams, and I did not see his points go up at any point. So I guess that's good. They really are trying to make him a blocker. That's crazy. Mike Hutchison says, I thought the front 7 looked pretty good. We did not even have Bowser or Marlin on defense. We only gave up 9 points and had a lot of penalties. That's true. That's true, Mike. The defense overall look good. There are a couple of things you can always nitpick, I guess, when it comes down to it. You could nitpick. I didn't like the penalties and the timing of the penalties, right? These are on big third down plays to get them off the field right before the half. It happened twice in a row that extended the drive, and I think they end up with the field goal. I hated that. The coverage wasn't great, but considering who was out there, I'm not gonna make a big fuss about that. We could have had some more sacks if Jadeveon Clowney could wrap up. If Owe could,
they had
Kyle Hamilton.
Show if he could show some 4.3 speed.
They had 5.
We could have had 8. We could have had 8.
Y'all greedy.
Yeah. Oh, shout out to Yolanda B. Thanks for the donation. Says thanks for the stream, gentlemen. Hey, thank you, Yolanda. Thanks for the donation. And if you want to be awesome like Yolanda, 2 ways to do that. One right there in the corner, $ LBHTShow. That's the Cash App. Also, the pin link that you see in the chat box that goes to our Stream Elements page. Both ways, you leave your donation, leave your comment, and the animation pops up right next to my face. All right, guys, this is my normal background. It's my original background. If you guys were with us in our first year of the Lunch Break Hot Take, this is kind of my setup. But the studio is having some technical difficulties right now. Okay, we gotta get some professionals in there to look at that. We're going to have a whole new setup pretty soon, but this will be the background for now. But you can still make your donations, and Microphone Man will salute you with the raised fist. All right. What else we got here? Yeah, but the Texans O-line isn't good, though. Gotta think of that, too. The O-line isn't as bad as people are making it out to be. They have a lot of injuries, but I don't think they're that bad. I don't think
he's talking about the Texans O-line.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
They're horrible because they completed 3 third downs and number 74 got a penalty on each play. Like
that's the guard, right?
Yeah.
They let
CJ Stroud down.
Yeah.
The wrong times. Even Laremy Tunsil. Laremy Tunsil played like crap.
Yeah.
And he's supposed to be one of the best offensive linemen in the league.
Yeah, he just got paid.
Yeah,
I mean, listen. Like I said, I'm not going to complain too much about how the defense played. Overall, they kept them out the end zone, and that's the point of it. Shout out to Ferris for the donation. Appreciate that. Says it was a great day of games. Football is back. God, I love the smell of football in the morning. All right, Ferris.
Listen, Ferris, you just make sure. You just make sure that those Giants beat them Cowboys. You just make sure of that.
I don't think Ferris picked the Giants. Right? He's a Giants fan. He picked them.
He bet at it.
Yeah, he picked them.
I'll say this though. I didn't pick the Giants, but if they did, there's somebody amongst our chat who is a diehard Cowboys fan who was he was talking it up last week, and that's fine. That's fine. You talk your trash. Don't lose to the Giants, my friend. Do not lose to the Giants.
Do not.
Don't let Dak have like 3 interception game. And I like Dak. I gotta stress that out. I like Dak. But if he starts out with a multi-interception game, it's not looking good for his prediction of 9 interceptions on the season. Yeah. Offense will be fine. It was just rust. Absolutely. Yep. Audrey Moore, thank you for joining the live stream. Audrey says Stanley needs to stay healthy. I hope he's okay though. Yes. A lot of people need to stay healthy. Okay, Linderbaum needs to stay healthy.
Williams
needs to stay healthy. Everybody on the O-line needs to stay healthy. Okay,
y'all got Ben Cleveland ready and waiting in the wings, man. What you talking about?
You ready to step up? All right. Who at left tackle when Stanley went out? Was it McCarry?
Y'all look. I honestly. And this isn't me just poking fun because it's the Ravens or whatever. Y'all need to stop pretending he can play every position.
But he's another one. How many snaps did he get in preseason? How many reps did he get?
None.
That's the problem I have. That's the problem I have. Right? You're trying out all these guys that aren't going to play, that you're not really relying on. But the guys that you are relying on aren't getting any reps. And it's rust. They look rusty.
Pat McCarthy can get all the reps he wants. He should not be playing left tackle.
Yeah, I agree. He's more of an interior guy, right? They try to move him all over the O-line.
Yeah, but he plays better at left tackle for some reason. I don't know why.
I don't know.
I said, we don't need any other competent backups. We have Pat McCarry.
Listen, if we hadn't activated Mustafa, we'd have been in a pickle because they'd have had to move McCarry to center and then bring in one of them other dudes and put him at left tackle.
Cleveland. Yeah. Falele. At that point in the game, it was over, right?
Yeah.
It was pretty much over. They weren't going to come back. We could, just go into our conservative offense. But yes, look, let's start to wrap this up. My takeaway from the game, sloppy, but we got the win, so it is what it is. I really like Zay Flowers. I really like when Odell got some passes. He came down with a good catch. He drew some passing interferences. He's going to be a big part of the offense. The passing game, even though it was an ugly game, I could see the remnants of a good passing offense there, right? But man, clean up the timing, clean up your blocking schemes, pick up some blitzes. You know what I'm saying? On defense, obviously, it's some of the same stuff, right? Finish when you get to the quarterback. Don't make stupid penalties. But all in all, look, we got the win. We got to clean up some stuff before we get to the Bengals next week. And I gotta say, Lamar too. Like I said, the mistakes that he made today, that's all on him. That's nobody else's fault. Poor pass that was interception, and just mishandling the ball and his 2 fumbles. One was for a loss. So clean that up, And then the injuries, we just gotta wait and see who's coming back next week. We got one that's done for the season, J.K. Dobbins, and then we got 3 that are going in for MRIs. That sounds awful. Linderbaum, Ronnie Stanley, Marcus Williams. We can't lose any of those guys. And Poon Gent is here. He says, I love our defense. Good win, Poon Gent. Good win. Congratulations. All right.
Congratulations.
That was a good win over. I thought they were a quality team, but
But see, that's the thing though, Jose. Joe Burrow can't beat Cleveland. He's won 1 time out of 6 tries. So that's why I picked the Browns to win, because for some reason against the Browns, he never has a good game. So I knew that was going to happen.
All right. Okay. What are you laughing at, B?
I was trying to look up, you see if there's any update on J.C. Horn's injury. Mm-hmm. And one person was very mean, and they just called him a weak bone bitch. But that's not what I was laughing at.
Wow.
Somebody posted a picture. And they're like, another great season for J.C. Horn in the books.
That's totally rude.
That's so messed up, man.
That's totally rude. You could have had Justin Fields.
The final thoughts on the Panthers
later, or Micah Parsons, whatever. Final thoughts on the Panthers. Call Cincinnati. Give them whatever they want for T. Higgins. You need to upgrade the wide receiver room. I don't particularly care that DJ Chark is going to be coming back at some point, because it's not going to move the needle. And I had hope for Adam Thielen, but it looks like he may just be close to done. So they have to figure something out there, or it's going to be a very, very, very long season for Bryce.
Yeah, I agree. Hendo, final thoughts on the Ravens.
Final thought is, I think it was an outstanding win. We won the game. We kind of got what we expected from the offense. We knew that they were going to come out, look rusty. Things were not going to be in sync. The time was going to be off. I don't like the injuries. I don't like the 12 penalties, 9 in the first half. I don't like the fact that people believe in Justice Hill, who had 8 rushes for 9 yards.
How many touchdowns do you have?
2. But I do also want to say I like the progression of Patrick Queen. Like, he's flying around. He started the game off with a sack. Like, he's looking really good out there. So
yeah, everybody looks better when they get demoted. Less responsibility and everything.
Hendo is finally giving some props with no shade on top.
No shade.
Just comes and just says, "You forgot your shade."
Yeah, but I mean, listen. To B's point, Roquan is that dude.
Yes,
Roquan is that dude, and he makes things a lot easier for everybody else.
He really does. Matty BK. We'll see again next week. He has some really good plays, and then he has a roughing the passer, or some personal foul or something to negate what he just did. So we'll see. Travis Jones. I fear that you're gonna be back in the doghouse.
1 tackle and 1 personal foul.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for y'all to talk about the dude who led the team in QB hits, though.
Who? Owe?
Yes, sir.
We said, yeah.
Owe looked good. Like, he didn't get there, but Owe, he looks slimmer. He looks a little more flexible, and he was putting the pressure on him. It was just a couple of them. He was just a step too late, so he looked really good out there. I give Owe props.
Yeah,
against the man offensive line.
Listen, there's no hate for Owe over here. Okay, Davon, yes, you are late, but you are here. Okay, so you're right on time. But we are wrapping up this show. But put your thoughts in the chat real quick. Who is the guy? Yes, thank you, Yolanda. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for the donation. Spooky J, Ravens D, 5 sacks, no TDs allowed, no matter the team we play against. That's still impressive. Yeah,
it is.
And nothing says football is back like this update I just got from Sleeper. Chargers wide receiver Mike Williams is out of the medical tent and walking into the locker room.
Say, guys, I'm fine. All right, you get back in. No, I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call it a day. Just
that was a close one. I'm gonna take the rest of the day off.
I don't know about this one. Just Al. He looked semi good, but he missed like 3 sacks.
Clowney looked like Clowney. That's what Clowney does. He gets pressures. He doesn't get sacks, so he does what he always did.
Yeah. Davon said, game went as expected. I'm saving assessment for November on this team. I hear that. Davon says, I need to hear B commentary on the Panthers. I will rewind. He didn't crush them. I mean, I think that's a fair assessment.
You very much, Davon. You know that. Wow. Do not like you very much.
Wow.
Yeah. We're gonna discuss more offline. The Panthers, we need to come up with a game plan for the Panthers on getting them some talent there, because like I said, I see flashes there. I can see as the season goes on, Bryce Young is going to play better, right? He's going to make some adjustments. He's going to play better. The team is going to look better, right? But man, like, he's not gonna be able to do much if guys can't step up on at wide receiver. So you have to match that talent with talent. You can't just say, well, that's all we can do for now. No, you can do more. And you're absolutely right. The answer has to be T. Higgins. Has to be.
You got to at least make the call. Like, I think that it's unlikely they want to move him, but you call and ask.
I think it's likely that they do want to move him.
I don't think they want to move him now. I think that they're going to wait, franchise him, and see if they can move him. Or see how the season is going. Like, if it's going week 1-ish, then they'll be looking to move them. But I mean, I think they want to make a run, with this team they have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, that is it. Hendo, let the people know where they can find you, sir.
You can find me at the Rogue Pod on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. I do a live show every Sunday evening at 8 p.m. Make sure you tune in. Also, I do a show on Tuesdays, also at 8 p.m. with my man, Mr. Galloway, called Electric Relaxation. We talk all things hip hop, especially old school hip hop. So make sure you come over there, like, and subscribe.
All right. And like we said before, you can find us every Wednesday night on the LBHT show at 7:15 p.m. Eastern time. So hit your notification bell. All right. So you don't forget. And right after the LBHT show, you can find us on patreon.com/LBHT show for the overtime show, where it's just kind of an extension of the main show. We, cover stories that we don't get to on the main show. It's not always sports related. It might be entertainment, might be movies, whatever comes to mind. But we make sure that the topic is interesting. All right. And it's a lot of fun. So if you have as little as $5 in your pocket, it's well worth the investment. Okay. Patreon.com/LBHTShow. And thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us. All right. Panthers fans, keep your head up. I think it's going to be an interesting season for you guys. Ravens fans, a win's a win. Okay. We got the win, but we got to make sure that these guys are healthy. We need these guys healthy. So let's hope that we got one down, J.K. Dobbins. He's not coming back. Let's hope that Marcus Williams, Ronnie Stanley, and Tyler Linderbaum all come back healthy and ready for next week, along with Mark Andrews. Okay. Mm-hmm. And look, and we're still waiting for Tyus Bowser and Marlon Humphrey to come back. I mean, just going through a list of these injuries, I'm like, what's changed from last year? What's changed? Steve Saunders sitting back like, you thought it was me. Mm-hmm. All right, y'all. We are out of here. Go watch some more football. All right. We got football on right now. We got football on tonight. We got football on tomorrow. So enjoy it. Soak it all in. Football is back. All right. B, are you ready?
I'm ready.
B is ready. Y'all have a great night. Enjoy your week. And we will see you on Wednesday. Peace.